Good evening, my loves. Good evening, my loves. I hope you are well. I am sending you peace of mind, love, and abundance, and just for your heart to be a little lighter, just a little bit, as you listen to this message. So, I am definitely repeating a cycle, and I'm okay with that because I'd rather learn and pass the lessons than fail and pass and then lose everything that I've gained because I skipped a step, right? So, at first I was kind of teed off at myself. I really was. Which, we are our own worst critics. So I had to learn to treat myself, which is part of reparenting, as I would if I was a child who had done the same thing. And when children are born, they are like a clean slate. We imprint on them, we teach them. So they are literally a product of their environment to a certain extent, because as we all know, if you are chosen, you are indeed different, especially very different from your environment, right? And so as I am growing on this beautiful journey, I have come to enter and over and understand that we are going to transform many a times, many a times, right? But your heart remains the same. Your heart remains the same. Yeah, sometimes it gets bruised and battered and beaten and torn apart and stomped on, all that stuff. But you still care, you still love, you're still able to wake up every day. Doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night, and you have a smile. You have a smile. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It may be brighter for some, it may be dim for others, and for a small percentage, it may be non-existent. And that's okay. It just means that you have a longer ways to go. But if you've made it this far, from whenever you hear my message, for wherever and whenever and wherever you may be, when you listen to this message, take this as a sign, a direct sign, that at that very moment, whatever has just happened or whatever is happening, you are covered. You are so covered. I know it seems so dark, but you are covered. You are so covered, okay? I wouldn't generally anyway, I came on here to talk about energy. And I know if you're on this path, you've been watching a lot of videos about energy. And I want to put it as simple as I can. Give me a second. I want to put it as simple as I can. Whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever your intent is, think of it as there is a book. And there is a book. But to put it in terms that 3D people can understand, overstand, and understand, there's a book. And it doesn't matter if anybody has seen you do it. It doesn't matter if anybody has watched you or bear witness to it, basically. It doesn't matter. There is a book. And I'm not even speaking from a religious standpoint where, they say there's the book of life, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in this world, this whole entire sphere, no matter where you are at in the on the planet. I'm not gonna say in the planet, but okay. You are part of everything that you see. Everything around you, the bugs, the animals, the people. And we are all energy. Everything, every animal, every being, every insect, everything. We all have energy. So whatever you put out there gets written in the book. And because we are all energy, and where there is good, there is bad, where is heaven, there is hell, where there is God, there is the devil, where is do's, there's don'ts, there's balance in life, in nature, in us, right? So if you put something out there, I need you to understand this on your heart's level. If you have one, if you don't have one, then you're a narcissist and you believe whatever you do, people deserve it, or whatever the case may be with your twisted mind. Okay? No judgment. Your mind is twisted though. There's something a little bit different, and not different in a way like autism or ADHD, but twisted in a way where you have no compassion, where you have no empathy, where you feel nothing for anything, not a person, not an insect, not an animal, not nothing, which allows you to behave in a certain manner and think nothing of it. Think nothing of it, right? So I need you guys to know that there is a book. If you believe in God, God is writing everything you do down. Okay? If you believe in, if you're an atheist, then let me put it to you this way. There is a force. There is a natural force. There is a natural order to this life that we live on this planet that calls for things to be in balance. And if for whatever reason you are knocking things out of balance by doing and manipulating energy, then there is a force out there that will hold you accountable for that. Okay? There has to be balance. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter if it's 5 years, 5 minutes, 20 years, 20 seconds. It doesn't even matter. You will be held accountable for that, especially if it's unjustified. And that's a big umbrella, and we're not going to get into what justification it could be, because people go down the road of what if. Yeah, definitely what if. But if you are doing things in malice, with ill intent, to do people harm or injure them, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you will be held accountable for that. Whether you believe in God, whether you believe in the 108 laws, whether you believe in balance, whether you believe in yin and yang, Whether you believe in namaste, whatever, there is a balance to how we have to live. We have to live in balance. That is the key. That is the key. And when you are in balance, that means you are in control of your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual selves. Okay? A lot of us aren't even in control of not one. And I'm speaking from experience, so that is definitely no judgment. Okay? You will be held accountable for it. You will. I will. But do your best, because we are all here to learn lessons. We are here to learn lessons. Some of them are hard and some of them are easy. See? Balance. If we had it all too easy, we wouldn't be worth much of anything, would we? Now think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Stay with me on this. If you had everything your heart's desire, just without even lifting a finger, you wouldn't even appreciate the stuff, first of all. Just because you didn't put no energy into achieving it. You didn't put none of your energy into achieving it. Not the fact that you had to call Amazon and you had to pick up the box. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about some real hard work where your hands got in it, your hands touched it, your hands created it. Okay? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just had a revelation, and before I forget about it, I'm about to write it down, so I will talk to you guys later. Just know you are indeed, you are indeed important. Namaste, Ashe, Mazel Tov.